What's up you guys? How's it going? This is Sulai.Medcom again from Think Smart, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a topic that most of us really suffer with and struggle with, and that is weight and diet. What is a good diet to have without really being specific? Because the thing is, you don't want something that's too complicated where you don't get anything, and you want something that is sustainable and helps you actually lose weight. Because the matter of the fact is that more than 1/3 of the whole population, the global population, they suffer from obesity. And so if you're one of those people, just like I used to be obese, and it created such an obstacle in my entire life for quite a while. With a lot of help, got away from it, and I really do want to share with you some of the things that helped me a lot during this journey, and it's really simple stuff. So without further ado, let's go on a hike, and then I'll share with you some of my really influential tips. I am tired. I gotta get some snacks here. Got grapes, just so I have more energy to complete this trail. Let's go. What's up you guys? So I just got done with the hike, and I really hope you enjoyed it with me. And now let's really talk about some of the things that you and I can do on day-to-day basis to really shift your framework regarding diet. So the first step that I have for you in terms of eating well is to actually have specific time set for meals. So just like there's a specific time for work, and just like there's a specific time for prayers, there should be also a specific time for eating food: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So let's say you wake up at 7 a.m. and you want to schedule your breakfast at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Whichever it is, just have a set schedule. Why is that? Because one, it helps your digestive system become programmed that at those specific hours is gonna start digesting, and also this will help you a lot in terms of reducing your craving and the high appetite. So set a schedule for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and try to eat around those times. This way you get your body used to it. Tip number 2 that I have for you is that throughout all of your food, it should be 70% water-rich nutrients. So lettuce, cucumbers, strawberries, grapes, apples, zucchini. The more your food is filled with water, the better your body can actually react to it and not cause you problems such as abdominal pain, constipation, or even diarrhea. Think about it, 65 to 70% of your body's weight is made of water. So it would only make sense to ingest food that is rich in water, just like I mentioned, because this will also keep your blood base balanced and not acidic. You see, if you fill up your diet with dairy products, so like milk, sour cream, yogurt, or even vegetable oils or butter instead of the olive oils, all of these things will make your body acidic and will reduce your digestion. Alright, so tip number 2 that I want to share with you is that in terms of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you want to have a medium breakfast so you don't crash. Because the thing is, if you have a breakfast that is heavy, then you're going to crash and you're not going to sustain your energy. 2, for lunch you want to have more of a heavy lunch because your testosterone is high and you can actually digest more. And in terms of your dinner, you want to have a light dinner, and you really want to finish your dinner by 6, maybe 7 p.m. by max. Most importantly, have your dinner at least 2 hours before you sleep, just so that you can actually give your digestive system some time to relax. So for breakfast, you want something that is nutritious, something that is sustainable in terms of energy wise, so that it actually keeps you full for the whole time. And you want something that is low in sugar. For me, I actually go for one of two things. I either go with oats, like the Quaker oats, because these are very high in fiber and they keep your stomach full for a long time and it doesn't make you crash. And I usually mix it up and I add bananas or grapes or strawberries to it, and I just eat it for breakfast. And if I want to use milk, then I use the skimmed milk or the 1%, but I try to really avoid milk in general or sour cream or yogurts, because these will make you crash and will make your body acidic. Now for my second option, I usually go with eggs because they are easy to make, and I add olive oil to that with some tomatoes and peppers, just so they can get the vegetable portion of the breakfast. And so these are my two options really for breakfast. They're easy and they are very sustainable. Now when it comes to snacks throughout your day, from breakfast to lunch and from lunch to dinner, then I highly suggest really eating, apples or fruits in general. And you can also go with snacks such as walnuts or cashews, because these not only have fatty acids, which is good for the development of the neurons, but they also keep you full because of the unsaturated fatty acids in them. And by the way, for breakfast, if you want to have coffee, drink your coffee after your breakfast, because coffee is an appetite suppressant, which means that it will decrease your appetite and you wouldn't eat much. So schedule your coffee for after your breakfast and not before or during. All right, so for lunch, that's when you want to have a more of a heavy lunch. And usually I try to go for brown rice and I add some broccoli or chicken to it. What's really important here is that you reduce the amount of carbohydrates. That is rice or bread or spaghetti. Anything that's heavy in carbohydrates will actually make you crave a lot, and you're back to square one struggling. This is really important to reduce the amount of bread, rice and spaghettis with salads or couscous, or adding brown rice instead of white rice. And another tip that I want to give you when it comes to lunchtime is actually add your food to a small plate. This way it looks bigger in your eyes, and it's actually a psychological thing, and it helps you eat less. So put your food in a smaller plate. All right, so for dinner, what I go with is usually soups, because that's really easy on the stomach, or I go for a shake, or even something that you can go with is just a light toast. So you can make a toast on some avocado, and if you think that's unreasonable, then make your goal to just eat less than what you're normally used to. That's one. And two, substitute what you eat now with something healthier. So instead of eating bread, rice or spaghettis, replace those with couscous or brown rice. One last thing that I want to share with you also is that if you really want to know where you're at in terms of, am I overweight or am I obese or, normal or underweight, then there's something called the BMI, which is the body mass index. And that is basically takes your weight in kilograms and divides it by your height in centimeters squared. You can go to this chart that I'm going to show you right now, and you can see where you fall based on that. So based on that number, it should give you an idea where you fall in the weight. Now you can't take this number too seriously because BMI does not include the muscle mass, but it's still a reasonable method to see where your body falls in terms of health-wise. I hope you like this video. Please comment and share with me some of your options. This is really brief. I just scratched the surface of some of the health habits that you can implement today, but I promise you there's going to be a lot more with a lot more details. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Please comment below and let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time with a new video.